everyone. We are going live. We're live. We are live with 5amMesterScrum. Hey, sorry it's been like 2 days since the last show. Tried staying up late a couple nights, try to help somebody out, and it's tough getting up 4:30 in the morning. 3 hours of sleep, but back to normal. The clock looks so off, doesn't it? It's 5 o'clock. It's almost 5:15 a.m. in the morning. So we're about 15 minutes late getting back in the groove. It is hard to get back into it once you doing it every day. It's easy, but after a while. Anyway, hey, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, and hope you're subscribing and sharing and letting other people know about it. I got some good feedback. Some people said it's really interesting, so I'm just looking for other feedback on what Agile topics people would like to talk about. So hopefully you'll send me some more of that. As you know, a couple of things we do. Yeah, we talk about a couple of topics that are related to Scrum or things that I've seen over time, and what you all send me as comments or ideas what we can do. And try to keep it within 15 minutes. And we go from there. One day we'll do a retro on all the things I've learned about doing this live Scrum and the little activities that go along with it. And anyway, so funny thing. So one of my fellow Agile coach and I were talking about Agile 2019, and we both mentioned about how much it costs to go, and the guy was talking about going. I was like, I don't have that much money to go. But then we were joking and said, maybe somebody should invent a StubHub for Agile 2019, and then you could buy your tickets and share it, right? Because apparently you can share your tickets. So maybe we had a StubHub for Agile 2019, more people, because like if I go, I want to take a day off or something, and I don't get paid that day because I'm a consultant, and then pay all that money to go, and I only go one day. So maybe StubHub 2019 ain't a bad idea. So anyway, it's just something, or maybe we just pay for a day versus the whole week and everything like that. But we were joking. Thought it'd be neat. So anybody out there want to do that, go for create a StubHub version for Agile, the Agile Alliance yearly conference. It's supposed to be really good too. One year I will go. I don't know when that 1 year will come, but 1 year I will go. Anyway, okay. Just want to talk about something different, management involvement, because yesterday for me was a combination of planning day and retro day. So I had a bunch of retros and planning all day long. And when we do our daily Scrum as Agile coaches, usually on Wednesdays, went to a lot of that planning days and had a couple coaching sessions there shortly thereafter. So that was really good. Saw a couple things I liked and some things I didn't like, and just wanted to make sure that we were all in sync of wherever they were going. And most of the time when I coach, I just ask, so what's your thought process on the ceremony? What are you looking to get out of it? How to go? Why are you heading in that direction? Just get them to tell me, just so I'm more in sync, and if there's anything I can help steer the ship one way or another, or just help them be more successful in their goals. So that's what I do. One thing I noticed is that Scrum Masters sometimes, and it's all over the place, they're afraid to invite their managers and stakeholders to planning day or demo day. God forbid stakeholders don't go to demo. And also daily Scrum. You're supposed to invite them. People are like, oh, what are we doing? And you're supposed to invite them. And actually, I think you should encourage your managers to attend, to participate, so that they show to the people working that they have an interest on it. And it's not just, it is about the team, but the managers, that you have the yearly reviews, right? Well, then go to demos, go to planning sessions, go to daily Scrums, and then you know more about what your people are doing. So if you're a manager, I highly recommend that you actually go to these things and do stuff. So as a Scrum Master, you should be inviting your managers to the daily scrums. You should be inviting your managers to sprint planning sessions and so on and so forth. That's how you get out of going to those 2-hour weekly briefs left over from Waterfall. So maybe if your managers actually came to those sessions, you wouldn't have to go to a multi-hour meeting, carryovers from the reporting sessions and things like that. You'd think it might be good. So my recommendation, invite them to planning sessions, invite them to daily scrums, and invite them to the demos. You do that when your time stays the same. Maybe your briefing sessions or reporting or status briefs won't be as long for those converting over from old waterfall, old PMO type world to the Agile world. Think about it, right? We want them involved. And if they're not involved in those meetings, of course they're going to want a status brief. So again, recommend invite your managers to daily planning, sprint planning, and reviews or demos for your product so that someday they don't ask you to keep doing those status briefs. Think about it. Okay, so that's item one. Item two is daily Scrum. Scrum Masters run it a lot of places. The more mature teams, the Scrum Masters don't run daily Scrum. Anybody can run daily Scrum. And we talked about earlier in another episode about making a list. So everybody all list because you're overseas, you get people all over the place overseas and things like that. So you make a list, everybody's there. So the idea is that when I coach Scrum Masters in daily Scrum, never really done daily Scrum before, brand new Scrum Masters, been assigned the teams, maybe they're old project managers or something like that. Maybe they were BA or just a developer or someone who decided they wanted to play the role of Scrum Master for a while. I do train everybody that the daily Scrum is the very first meeting that the Scrum Masters will get out, that should get out of. Why do I say that? The daily Scrum is about the Scrum team talking to each other, not about them reporting to the Scrum Master. So by the sooner you get out, the sooner the team realizes it's their job to communicate. Sometimes I get out and I would call in, just listen to the conversation, but not be in the room. I even done it where I was in the office and still didn't show up, just so that the team would just run it. And I wanted to see how they would do. And now I thank whoever started it for doing so, by the way. It's always good to say thank you and hey, good job on starting off Daily Scrum. But let me ask you a question. Okay, in a month, how many days in a month? Let's just say 4 weeks, right? And there's 5 days. So give or take 20 days. So in a sprint, minus the first day of the sprint, I don't do a daily Scrum. So we're talking, what, 18? So within a month, the team has done daily Scrum 18 times. In a 2-month period, 36 times. So let's say 36 months, or 36 times or 2 months, right? Why does the Scrum Master still need to do daily Scrum? Your team has had 36 opportunities to learn how to run daily Scrum without you. If they still need you, you're not doing a good job of running the daily Scrum. You're not doing a good job of having your team learn how to run a daily Scrum. Now, there always are ways of doing things in a daily Scrum. Making sure they engage, make sure they ask questions, make sure they're sharing stuff. But you really need it to do a Scrum. Now, I see so many Scrum teams so messed up that they don't start without the daily Scrum. I even we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it another day. I'll save it for a while. But my first thing is I give everybody the passcodes to start the WebExes or the conference call things. I gave them all that information. One, what if you're a Scrum Master and you're stuck on the highway, stuck in traffic? Do they not do daily Scrum because you're not there? Well, that would be ridiculous, right? So you want them to be able to start it in the room and start going without you. What if you're on vacation? What if you're sick? What if your kids are sick? You can't be there. So we train the dev and testers and the whole team to be independent and cross trained and everything. So why wouldn't you cross train them in daily Scrum? It's a 15-minute meeting. It doesn't take a lot. All you're looking to do is to say what you had got done, what you're going to get do, or what you're going to commit to, micro commitments, right? I actually saw that in the little paperwork the other day, micro commitments. I'm like, but no one ever talks about it. So it's funny. It was in a book. I'm like, yeah, see, right on target. And then what blockers, right? So your coworkers, and then if you're not there, they can always text you or use one of those communication tools like we talked about, using Slack or something like that, and say, hey, here's my blocker for the day or whatever. And you're not there, they can always let the Scrum Master know. It's not very hard. You can send them an email if you want to. I'd rather get an email about a blocker or post it than not have one. But the ways to go. But again, so 36 times, right? In 2 months, and they can't run it themselves. So think about it. That's something you want to do. And I want to keep this session short. But again, if you're Scrum Master, and it's not just like, here, you do it, and don't just assign someone, hopefully organically the team will take it. So again, hope people are going to be at the Agile 2019, the Agile Alliance thing. It's really a good event. One day I'll go. I hear everybody says it's great. Just don't have the money for it or the time. And so item 2, managers. Invite your managers to your daily Scrum, your sprint planning, and your demo. That way you don't have to go to so many status meetings, right? If they're not coming to your ceremonies or your events for your Scrum, they're going to want you to do a status meeting. Think about it. And then the last one is getting out of doing daily Scrum if you're a Scrum Master and getting your team to own it. And again, 36 times, they should be able to take care of it. They're smart people. They really should be able to do that. Again, 5amMesterScrum. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Hit the little bell, right? The little bell. Tell your friends, pass the word. Thanks to all my LinkedIn connections. We broke the 50 barrier as far as subscriptions so far. I'm still out there sending messages to people. One person said they already subscribed, but I'm still learning how the YouTube works and figure out who's got what subscriptions. I don't think it shows you everybody who subscribes. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't show everybody. Anyway, 5amMesterScrum. Happy scrumming. Have fun. The clock on the wall says it's 5:30, so we're like 15 minutes late starting, but we're back. I'm gonna go work out, and thank you very much for hanging out with me. And give me those ideas, please. Send some ideas on Daily Scrum. There's always millions of things to talk about, but I would love to talk about some of the issues you want to talk about. Take care. Goodbye.